Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel is the one and only Bridgeman and the fire starter, Fox. How we doing, gentlemen?
Just doing for the warm up.
When you're hot, Fox.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, can I say a huge big good evening to yourself and the other guys and the other guys in the panel, and a massive good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Very happy Bridgeman here. Good welcome to Rangers Radio.
So I know you've had time to reflect, Fox. Pretty comfortable win last night, eh?
Aye. I think we kind of pandered about a bit in the first half, mate. But I think we were patient. I think it was the settings, the heat. Not knowing what sort of opposition we were really facing, although they were supposed to be part-time. I had watched them against Pristina, and although I thought Pristina was a better side, they actually beat them 3-0 on that ground, so I think we were right to be a wee bit cautious to start with. But overall, good result, Ox. I was pleased with one or two things in the game, mate.
Go on.
It was good to see some of the passages of play that we've watched in training in the videos that Rangers put on Rangers TV. The quick passing to get out when we're stuck in certain positions on the park, the quick 1-2s and passing amongst ourselves, then we sweep it back and push it out to the other side. They were doing a lot of that in training. The Ryan Jack goal was a set piece where Barisic got to near the byline, cut it back to the penalty spot, and Ryan Jack came in and slotted it home. We've seen that on the training ground as well, so wee bits like that.
Professional was the word you used when I was chatting to you earlier.
Aye, well that's what it was. It was a professional win. We didn't extend ourselves, done enough to win. It wasn't a terrific viewing, but it was a professional job. What about yourselves? What did you think?
Bridge?
Yeah, as I said last night, I thought I agree 100% with what Foxy says. I thought the first half was a bit all feely for both the pitch, the weather, and the other team, and just finding your feet and finding your mates and see if any of the training moves that you've done in the training can come off, that kind of house. I think the most important thing to learn was the pitch was a bit different. So very slow if you're passing on the ground, but when you hit the ball and if you catch it right, the ball comes off at a tremendous rate and you can overhit very easily. But I thought that the team mostly just getting to know each other really and how to find what positions we're going to play in, where they like to be, how they like to receive the ball, all these kind of things that they've done in training and see if it all works. And the second half showed it did work. As I say, it was 4-0 going on plenty more. I thought we were very unlucky in a couple of... Sorry, Paul.
We're always in control, Bridge. I agree with Fox. I mean, it's one of the games you're on a wee bit of hiding to nothing. I think it was JFK mentioned we should have won 6 or 7, and he's right. And if you do win 6 or 7, you don't get any praise for it. If you win 1-0, you get stick for it. But I thought we were just rusty is the word I would use for the first half. I thought we looked rusty. And once we get the goal, I think you're right. It could have been anything in 4. 4 was us taking the foot off the gas, professional job, Bridge. Yeah?
Yes, I agree 100%. I thought we did what we had to do, and getting a goal in only not long to go, and the last goal, and then it shows that in the whole of the second half we were up for the game. I thought our defence did very well from a defensive perspective. They got about 3 shots at goal in the first half, and I think our keeper managed to save 2 of them, and one went just past the post. Anything else that they hit was way over the bar and things like that. I think we did better than them. And yet, truth be told, as you said earlier, it is to be expected. They're only a part-time team. So I like the statement you said the other night. We're the first Scottish club to win in Gibraltar. Maybe even British club, I don't know. I think he meant Scottish anyway. So I'm very happy with that. I'm glad to get away from there with a good reserve of goals, and I'm quite sure that when we get back to Ibrox, there might be a slightly different team, but they'll go out there and they'll probably get a couple more goals to add to it.
Is that the plus side, Fox? The fact that you can now do things at Ibrox, there's no pressure on the tie, and it just becomes another pre-season match, yeah? Oh, I don't like when he goes quiet in case there's a fire.
Sorry about that, mate. Sorry.
So give me a fright there, Fox. I thought I could hear sirens there.
Oh, don't start. I thought we would have the chance to see some of the younger players in the second leg, but I've noticed tonight that a few of them are going out on loan, so that's good for them. We'll probably talk about that later on. But we can afford to give the likes of Edmondson, players like him, their first taste of international European football. And I think it'll be a completely different side, mate. I think we'll have a wee go at Marseille on Sunday to see how up to speed we are. And I think we'll alter the team, and a lot of other players will get a game on Thursday night that wouldn't normally get a game, I think.
I think there's a plus there for me, Bridge. You've actually got 3 pre-season games now coming up in the next 3 games, you know.
I think it's looking very good for the Rangers at the present moment. We're going to be playing quite a lot of games at Ibrox, and one of them will be a European game. At least one will be a European game. So I'm absolutely over the moon the way things are going at the moment, and I think the squad's starting to look good. There are a number of players who were available, but couldn't get a game, or or there's too many to pick from at the moment, and the manager hasn't made up his mind who's getting it. And that pitch may have been a sort of measuring stick for some players. Maybe some players wouldn't get a game on that pitch. I don't know. But I think like the young Doherty, people like that they've got to get a game, and I would prefer them to see them at Ibrox. And let's see what they can do at Ibrox, and for their own sake as well. Let's see if they can fit in nicely. And next Thursday would be a great time for it to happen for them. You know, really good time.
It takes a pressure off the sports science, and boys will get involved. Fox will look at guys' minutes, and we'll be starting to build up into the game. We were worried about these sort of potential, or hopefully 10 games before the league starts. And there's maybe 2 of them out the way, and then another 3 out the way quite quickly that we can play with no pressure. And that's because we didn't have a silly result last night, you know.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it? Makes a huge difference.
There's no pressure, at the moment on the game. We'll get it won at Ibrox kind of early. And I hope we use our substitutes well and give, as I say, the likes of young Doherty and players like that, mate, a touch of European football helps with a progression. I don't think we should change our defence, though. I think it's imperative that we get our defence well drilled.
You sound like Bridge, mate.
I think that's... I'll tell you...
Your Honour. That was his defence. He never changed his defence, you know.
Taverner and Barisic look stuck on for the full-back positions at the moment. Goldson and Katic. The only fear I've got with them is McGregor giving them the ball in the 18-yard box, mate. I just don't like that. I don't feel comfortable when Katic's on the ball, and I don't feel comfortable when Goldson's on the ball. I'd prefer if our full-backs came and picked up the ball from McGregor.
What do you make the rule change used to?
What, inside the box?
I
think it's fair enough, because it's a time waster sometimes, isn't it?
Well, the opposition can't encroach, so you shouldn't have much problems. It gives you a chance to position yourselves and look up. Gives you time to look up before you try and make the pass, and it should always be a good pass. But going with what Foxy was saying there, if indeed the news is right that this new guy is going to be coming in, and he's going to be our marquee signing for the season.
Oh, marquee! Is that the marquee coming in?
No, I think he could be the marquee signing.
If the cash...
As far as I'm concerned, it's only rumour. because he's just over £4 million or something. They're talking about for him. So, and if that's the case, then I would imagine that the next, if he's with us and he's fit enough, he would probably get a turn in against the Gibraltar team, St Joseph's, next Thursday. I don't know if
he'll not be registered, mate.
I'm saying that if he's available, I'm just saying if, you know.
But you can't, Bridge. We can't change the rules just because you want it. He's not available.
Of course, it's not. I'm thinking it was a friend. Believe it or not, I was actually thinking a friendly. Sorry, I do apologise.
Fox, yeah, Aaron, get him drug tested, drink tested.
We've got the Marseille game coming up, so it must have been that I was
We'll
thinking.
see him in the 2 friendlies, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. He's confident this is a signing. Aye.
It's looking that way, brah. It's looking that way. But, well, you don't believe it till you see him you don't believe it till you see him paraded with a strip on, and that means nothing in Glasgow, does it?
Yeah, based on the 30 years anniversary, no.
Oh, the boy Turbo as well.
Oh my, that was a biggie. Although there's a better, shall we say, a different reason for the Turbo one than it was for the Mojo one.
Oh, I suppose we might talk about that as the night goes on, but good performance, and it'll be interesting to hear other people's thoughts. So, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can I join us, Fox?
You can join us at Skype at rangersradio.online.
Fox, I think it was yourself, offline, and we were talking, you were saying it was important that the support turned up to help us with your revenue streams. I would echo that. I know the support have been absolutely magnificent in the last few years, but it's important that to help us get to the next level, we've got to put, if you like, our money where our mouth is, Bridge, in some respects, and go that wee extra mile. If you can, it's not always possible for everybody. I recognise that. But some of the friendlies may be a chance for people to get along with families that can't always get along. And let's see if we can get a good atmosphere in the stadium and get a few shekels into the club.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the game on Sunday there, it was absolutely marvellous to watch again. Guys with their kids, guys and their wives and kids at the game. Just fantastic. It gives them that opportunity, that sort of soft friendly, to let them come out and a wee bit of a crowd for them as well. What, 22,000, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good for a Sunday afternoon. They can't whack it, The families out there, sort of holiday time type as well. The big ones, as they come up and mixed in with the European games, the bigger the team comes, like Marseille, I imagine there's going to be quite a good wee crowd there. So yes, indeed, the shekels will come in very, very handy, and I love it that they've got them all at Ibrox, and we should be able to take at least 50% of the money that we get in, if not more, to put it into our bank if necessary and use it.
It's a good revenue stream, Fox, and up to the support to get their shoulder to the wheel.
Aye, especially as there'll not be a lot of chances for people to get to a Rangers game this season, mate. Most of the season tickets have sold out. In fact, we've sold every one we possibly can. And chances to see, as I say, if you're taking a kid along, are few and far between. So let's hope we get decent crowds for Marseille and Blackburn and who's the other one? Derby. Who's the other one we play?
Derby, yeah.
Derby, aye.
I'm glad they done away with that lifting hour, because I wouldn't have liked to have seen GFK lift his boy or Fox.
Oh no!
Giant boy, big lovely boy.
A gentleman, absolute gentleman. He comes with good stock. But I would have paid money to watch that if that still happened. But
the other way round, Graham would be lifting Jimmy there, mate.
That wouldn't be an easy task neither, if I'm being honest with you.
Wow. Big fellas are both in actually.
Aye.
Anyway,
we've been joined by a caller on the phone. We've also been joined by GFK. I hope he never heard that. I'll take the caller on the phone and then I'll go to GFK.
Dave King's fine.
Oh, is that all right with you, GFK?
Yeah, but my ears are burning.
Oh, sorry, mate. I didn't know you were there.
I hope you took notes, JFK. I hope you took notes, pal.
It's very complimentary.
Of course it was.
How we doing, Dave King? No,
we're doing well. We're doing all right. What is it, Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is today, but it's Wednesday. So I'm doing well on a Wednesday night, guys. Just wanted to comment and kind of a couple of your thoughts that you were making there. I think the performance the other night was very pleasing on the eye. It could have been more, absolutely. But, do you know, I think there was a point to me when I was watching that game that I thought that goalkeeper must have been on a bet. It reminds me of the Ian Black days, you know, where I'm sure he's got a bookie's bet somewhere kicking about in terms of the saves that he was making. You know, he was diving into the back of the goal to start to put stuff out the goal. You know, he was just, I don't know, phenomenal. Put that down to the professionalism of the league, etc. that he plays in, but pretty pleasing on the eye. I think gave the guys a good run out. I think it sets us up for obviously the return leg. I think I've got no doubts that we'll obviously pass through that, which is great. I think my mind or my eyes are set on progress to come purely on the basis of a bit of revenge.
Neither con.
Aye. I don't mind who they get, to be honest with you, but I'd like to get them just on the basis to kind of close that one down mentally for the fans, if I'm honest with you, and destroy them, if I'm honest.
Feel the scars, Dave.
Aye, because I still have it to this day, you know. It was not a good time for us, let's be honest, but, you know, I think we're making steady movements forwards. I think there's lots of positives going on right now. In terms of the team, the people that we're bringing in so far, and also who we claim to be bringing in as well in the future. But not only that, I think the stadium upgrades as well is fantastic just now to see. So I think positive time to be a Rangers fan, if I'm honest. I'm really pleased with what I'm seeing so far. So over to you guys. What's your thoughts?
Aye, mate, I think I'll go to Fox for the stadium plans, and then I'll bring JFK. And on that, Fox, you noted some of the upgrades on Sunday. You were commenting on them offline to myself, yeah?
Aye, the panels on the side of the stand, mate, I think that makes it look a bit smarter. I seem to notice a lot of new lighting about Ibrox as well. And the park, of course, looked terrific again. It's hard to notice individual changes, but the place did look better. I mean, Ibrox is always superb anyway, so they're spending money behind the scenes, and good luck to us. Or good luck to the board, I should say, because it's some of the work needed done. And apparently we've done things about the dressing rooms, the corridors round about the dressing rooms. Haven't been down there yet to see them. But all in all, we seem to be spending money, and that's always a good sign.
Well, maybe if Stephen plays a trialist next Thursday, you might get a game and you might get in the changing rooms.
Nice one.
JFK, how you doing, mate?
Evening, guys. I'm fine, thanks. Hi, Fox. Hi, Bridgeman. And hello, my good friend Oxgear. Will not take any falling out over my weight issue.
I never mentioned your weight.
Anyway. All right, Dave King, how you doing?
Shocker, JFK,
I'm good, fella. Just to point out, they did make you wait.
I did make you wait. I was on last night, guys. The game last night, I thought the first half, like everybody else, was just a carry on for the game at the weekend. It looked like a wee bit of a training session. Although we had a few good chances, couldn't put the ball in the net. But the second half was very, very pleasing in the eye, as Dave King there said. But no getting carried away by Ojo, but he was unplayable last night. Everything he did last night was absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed the way his drive going forward. And so him and Stephen Davis for me were my man of the match. Stephen Davis looks as if he's back to his best. Everybody got a +6 for me, apart from Stephen Davis and Ojo. They definitely got an 8 or a 9. I was pleased with the back four. I liked the free kick, obviously, with Barisic. It was a great result. As I said the night before, I thought we could score 7, and it did look as if we could.
You were right there, mate. You were right.
Quite easy. They were a team that were there for the taking. But it's a win. We done it convincingly, and we're happy with that. Can I just mention about the Philip Helander signing?
We'll come to that. We'll come to that, mate. One update at a time.
Well, just his unconfirmed sources saying that he's already signed a 3-year contract.
Aye. We'll come to that, mate.
But on the return game, I just hope the gaffer gives a few of the guys that are run out to see how the Greg Dochertys of the world and that, So
the pressure's off, innit?
Yeah.
Pressure's off, and you can play a different team and rest people and build up, and the sports scientists can tell you, and you've got to use all your substitutes, and everything's different. Maybe McGregor might not be playing, and Tab might not be playing, and this is great. Whereas if we'd only won 1-0, a lot of them would have had to have started,
Yeah, I mean, on the Ryan Kent situation, I know there's been a lot of banter going about. Ryan who, because they've signed Ojo and that. But I mean, if he does continue to play like that, then it will be Ryan who. But I'd still like to see Ryan Kent come back, but only if it was a loan deal. I wouldn't pay the money for him. But what I saw in the second half, was really pleasing. Davis Kamara played really well. My other man in there was obviously Greg Stewart, but he came on as a substitute. So, all in all, a very, very pleasing performance. And to use Dave King's phrase there, it was very pleasing in the eye. The first half was kind of training ground till we got our feet. But it was a very, very convincing win. And it should have been a lot more. Should have been double figures.
I don't disagree with that. But what I'll say is, for me, Dave King, the jury's still out because we've not played anybody yet. We can't get carried away,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, let's take it for granted. The guys, that's their first kind of real professional 90 minutes, if you like, and those choices are made who's going to actually play the game, etc. But I think, good team selection, the substitutes as well to get them on board. I think Jordan Jones made good account of himself, Borna Baric as well, and I think it was very interesting to hear Steven Gerrard say after it, not only physically but mentally he was in a good space, so that probably lets you know behind the scenes there was something else going on there, because the boy is a Croatian international, he was in that team, despite when he was poor for us, he was still getting selected, so there is a player there. I just hope it's a good year for him. I think disappointing in terms of Grezda, to see, that guy physique-wise and build and shape and everything about him, he should be a good player for us. But as far as I'm aware, and I'm led to believe, his attitude is absolutely wrong for the team. So if that's the case, trust the manager's judgment, and to leave him out, then great, because I absolutely trust Steven Gerrard and what he's doing. And I just think it's a good time for Rangers just now, although it's early doors, and a lot can be made from it, and a lot can actually be saying, what, well, actually, it was only St Joseph's, so don't get carried away. We absolutely are, and, at this stage, but, it's pleasing on the eye. I can't be displeased with what's going on just now in terms of shirt sales, in terms of the strips themselves, even training tops to this extent, it's phenomenal. I think what Hummel's done so far for us has been fantastic. I just think everything is going well so far, and long may it continue.
Yeah. What was St Joseph's? What would they used to be called?
You're asking me, mate. Absolutely no idea. But if it's got a saint in front of you, I'm not interested.
Celtic, man. No.
I'm just wondering. That seems to be the way the thing's done it. Anyway, we've also been joined by Stardog. Evening, Stardog.
Evening, fellas. How you doing?
Fellas. That makes it sound quite posh, doesn't it?
Well, I feel good about it.
But they're all earphones.
Aye, you're coming on, mate. To be fair, I thought it was working class till I met Fox, and then I realised I was middle class, Bridge.
Middle class. That's really bad saying. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, I'm saying nothing.
How you start up? Do you get your tickets?
I went on the Rangers site last night, mate, and I just purchased 2 tickets, one for me and one for young Connor Boy. So we're off next Thursday, and I can't wait to get him up there, mate. Hopefully it'll be a decent atmosphere for him.
Aye, I think the crowd will keep building. Hopefully the weather's all right, People get a chance to take their families along like yourself. Brilliant JFK, yeah?
He's buzzing for it, so he is. He's buzzing for it. He says, am I going to meet the guys for the radio?
Oh, we maybe can arrange that. But maybe no, mate. He might not sleep at night if he does meet them. Trust me.
That's what it's all about. I mean, as Bridgeman said earlier on, you know, what I did notice on Sunday was that the amount of young kids that were there, parents, families, which you don't normally see on. I know you do see it on a normal match day, but on the friendly days, that there's more come because the season tickets hit the ceiling now. So it's good to see them there, and it's been an enjoyable day. And Star Doug, I hope you and your boy enjoy the day, the night. As I say,
rear again at gas, man.
As Oxgear says, he might get home getting a fright when he meets some of the guys, because I tell you, none of them are as handsome as me, mate. So
aye,
just need to wait and see.
That's true. I can't argue with that. Talking about big, handsome people, we've been joined by the global ambassador. How we doing, big man?
Hi, I'm travelling well, boys. Travelling well. Just like to say, it was an absolute pleasure. The warm welcome I received for everybody in the town, and also in what's it called again? The Brassin.
The Bistro, pal.
The Bistro. Yes, it's a wonderful place.
We're looking to get that upgraded for next year, Al. We're working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. No problem. I can send a couple of boys off, sort these out with a few bits and bobs.
It was great.
I love it, Al. I love it.
It was great to bump into you Saturday and Sunday, big man.
Aye, no, thanks for that, Ox. It's nice to know you're liked, eh? Thanks very much for that.
Great pleasure for us, pal. A great pleasure for us.
No, that's fine. That's no problem, man. Last night, sorry, just to go back, I've been listening to the past couple of nights. I've just been busy with a couple of bits and bobs, but I've been able to try and listen to you. That's a cracking picture. Whoever put that up.
But it was one for the dartboard, personally.
Aye. You send me that if you can send me it. Just the breaking news with this big boy, this Philip Hellander, is that correct? Am I pronouncing that right?
I'll let JFK, we'll run into that. We're going to comment, but JFK, on you go, mate.
Well, there seems to be a lot of reports in various sites. How you doing, Al, by the way? Nice to meet you on Sunday, pal.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks.
According to various sources, 6 or 7 sources said that a £3.6 million fee is supposedly agreed for a 4-year contract. That's unsubstantiated now, but it seems to be the general discussion that's going on in various places. So that to me, that'd be a good signing for that type of money. So we just need to wait and see how.
Can you work your magic, big man, and push this transfer through for us?
Oh, I think if I turned up at the signing on with my man Keely, mate, I'm sure he would sign on.
Yeah.
Shush, what a terrible thought.
I know, because I've just looked at a couple of things. With one of them saying it was 5 million, but I don't care. Maybe Big Stevie for the drums gave him a few Provi checks. Maybe something like that. I don't care. It looks a decent enough big guy. But what I was thinking is, I see he's left-sided.
That's the one I'm looking for.
Do you think he might go with the 3 and play Barisic and Tavernier there as that wing-back role?
He's got that opportunity, mate. He's got that that he never maybe had before.
I'd like to see that, really.
You know, let's once again, let's get the guy in the door. And let's hope when he can fit the bill and he can maybe take us to the next level. You think that's fair, folks? Oh, I don't like when he goes quiet now.
Nurse Gladys will be getting him a bed bath.
Oh, mate, you don't know the
He'll never get up again.
Can I come in there, Ox?
Aye,
just what Al was saying there, that's something that the first thing I thought about when this guy's name came into the fore this morning, that I'd like to see that a back 3 and playing Tavernier and Barisic going wide. I think that'd be a good way for us going forward. So let's see what happens overnight if it comes to fruition. But things are looking good, as you said earlier on, Oxia. we're not going over the top. We're getting in decent players. I know we've got some loan players in again. We have spent a wee bit of money again, so let's see what happens. I'm not going to talk about the other rumour that's flying about the new, but that might be something to finance guys like Haaland are coming in. But,
I don't think that rumour is any substance to it, mate. I think people put 2 and 2 together.
Well, my sources tell me that it's no actually the London airport. He's not going to London. He's actually going to Lisbon. He's going there for the 12th. No going to Crystal Palace. Yeah.
They're off till Friday, and people he's there. He's part, you know. Oh, so Big Al.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was a bounce game, but did you enjoy being home at Ibrox, mate?
Definitely. It was great getting at the car that day, knowing I was going to meet you boys. Just standing there with my nephew. Like, I've not seen him. He was away when I left. Standing at the front of the stadium with him, big DJ and Marvin Andrews came out and got my photos with them. Come and meet you boys, but walking in the doors again, aye. Absorbing it, taking it on, aye. Can't wait to be back. The pitch looked immaculate. Is that new hybrid pitch?
No yet, mate. No yet.
No yet. They said they never had enough time to do it.
That pitch will do me. I enjoyed. I thought that Edmondson doesn't look too bad, so that's why I was thinking about that 3. If you go with the 3, you could rotate. Because I like Katic. I like Goldson. The new boy comes in if he comes in, and you could rotate either one with the big Edmondson boy. I thought he looked no bad. Hastie's, he's got legs about him. But Jones last night looking. He obviously needs a few games under his belt. It was one he said last night, but we've got 10 games before the league starts. I don't think they'll burn or sell out. I think Gerrard's astute enough, and the physio guys and the sports scientists now I've got enough about them to the correct loading, so when the league starts, we're good to go. The game on Sunday and the game last night, I mean, I think you've seen in the first half, touchy, they're just trying to get that touch, knowing where each other goes. And I'm not going to call him Ojo. I think he looks like a young Mugabe, so I'm going to call him Mugabe. He looks a ticket, didn't he? I mean, he rolled on Sunday. He rolled and kind of that way you're saying, right, hit it. Most Scottish players will maybe pass it. Your man hit it. Same last night. Rolled a few players' strength about him, like, you know. We want to win the league. That's what we need today. Everything so far looks rose in the garden. Rose in the garden. So Dave, I'm happy.
Dave, are we starting to move to the next level, mate?
I think I made the point the other night, guys. You know, we were disappointed about McCrory leaving and playing elsewhere. I think that's just us setting the standards and setting the bar. Whilst we all appreciate he's a decent player, I think we are definitely moving forward. So it's all positive in my eyes, you know. Whether it works out, whether it doesn't, it's a different story. You know, we can only do what we can on the park, which will determine that. But I definitely feel as if we are moving in the right direction. I think Gerrard's got the backing of the board, and I think everything is pleasing, if I'm honest with you. Depends when it comes through and stuff like that. You've got the boy Booth, etc., that's been rumoured for Leeds and stuff like that as well. So I'm not sure. That's all dependent on whether Morelos goes, etc. But you've got likes of Laffy leading as well, potentially. So we'll wait and see what happens there. But interesting to point out as well, young boy Stephen Kelly, I heard tonight he's away to Ayr United. And it's funny, he scored against them the other night as well. I think it was a double he scored or something like that.
Cammy Palmer signed for Partick Thistle on loan as well.
Yep.
It's just that. Boy McPake signed a new contract.
A lot of movement going on. I think there's about 6 weeks left to go in the window. So as far as I'm aware, we've made a couple of signings, which is like kind of less than 500k, etc., which is, to some fans' points, you know, it's not been pleasing in terms of challenging, etc. But I think it's very early stages in the window, you know, and I think a lot depends on where Morelos goes. Gerrard pointed that out with, you know, if you want to make a bid early and make it now, purely on the basis of so that they can pick up and do their work as well on the transfer. I've got no doubts that they've got a lot of people eyed up, but it's dependent on whether or not a sale of Morelos goes through. So, I don't know. Interesting times.
Can I come in,
we'll get a caller just come in, Bridge.
Okay, go ahead, but go for it, man. Go for it.
All right. Evening, caller. How are we doing?
All right, Oxford, Big Stevie for the drum.
Big Stevie for the drum. How are you doing?
Bridge, man. How are you?
Everything's good.
All right, Stevie boy.
All right, aye. Big Al, I want to ask you, we got a spare room in Australia. I was there a couple of days. I might need you a bedroom. I might fly earlier with you.
Aye, no problem. You can come to Excel. No problem at the colonies. We need a few good men.
It was good to meet you, big man. And I'll tell you, how's your wee ma situation?
Aye, she's all right, man. She's all right.
All right. Hey guys, what about Morelos in the airport here? I'm starting to get worried. Have we heard what that's about? Is he definitely flying down to London? Where was he gone?
Can I tell you, Stevie, what I heard? Can I tell you what I heard, Stevie? I heard he was seeing his girlfriend off.
Right, all right.
That's what I heard. He was seeing his girlfriend.
Right, that's good. That's a bit of good news. I don't want the wee man to go.
He was chopped on an EasyJet flight that lasted about 25 minutes to see what all the fuss was about with the big bonfires, but that was just a rumour, you know.
Well, I'll get with the shankle tomorrow night then. I'm getting all tomorrow. No, I started to get worried. No, that one bites in your heat. Where is he gone? What's happening here? You know, you see him, the photos of him in the airport, sitting with a bird, you know, and you're going, dearie me, man.
Is that his bird he's sitting with?
Sorry?
Aye, is that his bird he's sitting with? Aye, you know somebody else's?
There's probably foxes. Well, wary foxes.
I'm just glad it wasn't his agent he was sitting with.
Well, you've got to watch what you're doing, like, Stevie, because you see guys hanging about a bowling club doesn't mean they're bowlers.
We had to break into it on Saturday to get a drink.
Yeah. To break back out for one.
No, you're just hearing the stuff about the boy for Leeds, you know, and they're talking about him, and then you're seeing the wee man in the airport, and you're going, oh, no, man. So, he's know how I like wee Alfredo, you know what I mean? I always stick up for him, man. He's getting a rough time up here, but hopefully this season's different, and I hope he's learned a lot from it. On the game the other night, guys, I thought it was a very professional show. Do you don't think so? No, that wee team were hard to break down the first half, and then the clash just showed through. There's a few boys there stuck out laugh, so dumb.
Who was that?
Who was that? Well, I would say Big Ojo stuck out for me, you know. His touch and the way he turns and he cuts in, you know. I think we're looking good. I think we're in good shape, guys, you know. I really do. And these were talking about, are we taking it to the next level? I think we are. With guys like Ross McCrory getting out the door and loan and stuff like that, and I think we're setting the bar, really. So, it's all good, you know. Sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind. The bottom line here is we want the best on the part, and it doesn't matter if it's somebody like Alfredo that I love. If we can replace him with something better, then I want it to happen. Do you know what I mean? So that's just how it is. But I just thought I'd come on because I heard Big Al on the phone and the boys, and I'm going to Belfast, so I'll not be on tomorrow night because I'll be running round the bonfire. And I just want to say all the best, lads, and thanks for all your kind words over the last couple of days with Jimmy and Ox and the boys. All right, guys. I'll let you crack on. I've got to pack my case.
Stevie, you take care, big man, and just kick the you know who I'm talking about, and just belt it right out, go loudy, and tell wee Jamba, get that stick high.
Oh, Jimmy, he's not for it bloody dunces. You give him it. Dear God. Honestly, I think I've got a fan in the house that called Derek comes out of his room. I'm spinning it. Anyway, okay, guys, listen, I love you all. I'll listen into the show while I'm in my bath, and I'll catch you later on. Okay, lads, keep it lit.
Take it easy, Stevie.
Cheers, buddy.
And just before I go, if Big Al's got any of the Provi checks, he can put them through the post to me. I'll still get my hair cut with him.
Take care, big man.
Right, well, love you and leave you all the best. I'll leave a safe journey and stuff like that. All right, big
man. I will do,
I'll
mate.
See you later. Okay, lads. Bridgeman, thank God for the famous Glasgow Rangers. Here are the fucking people.
Stevie, when you're overseas there, Stevie, tell them all to keep it going for the Rangers as well.
off. Don't worry about it. You don't need to tell the boys. You don't need to tell the Ulster boys about the teddy bears. They love it. They let us. They let us. If we only had the Rangers over here.
Well said, big man.
Right, lads. I'll catch you later. Good night. God bless.
Cheers, buddy.
You can put them down, but you can't put them down for long. Anyway, we'll be joined by another caller. Evening, caller.
How we doing, guys?
How we doing, mate? All right?
No bad. James the Rangers Retro and Blue Shadow in the lobby said I've been on most nights this week. That's me. I'm addicted now. That's it.
You enjoying it?
Aye, it's good fun. Aye.
Good.
Have you been groomed by Fox? Is that how you feel?
Is that not the mob across the road? No.
No.
Groomed in Hebday.
Man grooming we're talking about. No kiddie fiddling. He'll send you some brow cream and that. Jimmy will give you some wax. He'll do your plackers.
Aye, you better believe
Man,
it, big
man
man.
grooming. Man grooming. And pampas grass.
Aye, Pampas, aye.
I forgot about that story till we started talking about it on Saturday.
I know. I was going to get a T-shirt. If I knew I was going to meet you, I would have printed a T-shirt with Pampas grass on at the Rangers radio.
What's on your mind, James?
I just this boy is Philip Hollander, the Swedish international that were apparently.
I think it's Phil Helander.
Helander. Yeah. Don't start on pronunciations. Right? I'm going for Helander. Right? I don't. Whatever. I don't know. One of the boys have been through doing like podcasting and stuff. I've kind of got to know various folk and the other kind of like podcasts and like journalists and things like that. Like kind of especially like Italian football wise. There's a boy called Nima Tavali who I've known for a good few years now. He writes for Gold and Goal Italia and Calcio Mercato and things like that. So he's pretty good at what he does. And he says he's been working on a piece for a week regarding this story. He got told about a week ago that this boy was coming to us. And the thing that the kind of part of the actual article that was very interesting is he says that it's a €4 million fee with €2 million in add-ons.
Right, so the 500,000, if we win the league, I'll settle for that.
I don't know what the add-ons are, but I mean, I don't think it was funny. I mean, like, Alfredo turns up at an airport, man, and the support goes into absolute meltdown. It's like, only us, man. It's like, I mean, we don't know what airport he was at. They know where he was sitting. I mean, I think if you were saying maybe his missus is away in Holland, they're going to visit family or something, they was seeing her off. I mean, when you look at the players we've brought in, we spoke about it already on here, that there's not really been much of an outlay, you know, in terms of actual transfer fees. So you still like to think that, you know, record season ticket sales, you know, the kit deals pretty much, I know we're still fighting, you know, Ashley and Sports Direct, but the elite group, they're kind of taking on their details, so we're still raking in, you know, sorts of flying off the shelves, the training gear, that beautiful training gear that Gerrard was modelling. They can't make enough of them. So, you know, I would like to think that we did have some kind of transfer budget sitting there, you know, to use without having to actually sell Alfredo. But I mean, the more you look at it, if we're shelling out £4.5 million, that's the other thing about this. It started off at £4.5 million, and then STV put it at 4, and it went down to 3.8. And it went down to 3.5, and it's like, play your cards right. You know, I think Bruce Forsyth would turn up and start going higher or lower. You know, it's like the transfer fee's been getting smaller by the way the nights went on. But I mean, if this boy Roof for Leeds is going to turn up, if we're going to go after him, you know, how much is he going to cost? 3-4, you know, potentially maybe up to 5 million as well. So if we're having that kind of outlay plus the stadium, you know, maintenance, plus building the new stand at Auchenhowie for the youth team, there's a lot of money being spent. Also, the board have written off the 14 million in loans by, you know, converting that into equity, which is, you know, great and all that. But it's going to have to come from somewhere. So, I mean, I still think, unfortunately, we are going to see Alfredo go. But I mean, in terms, if we bring in Roof, I've not seen enough of him to see what kind of player he is. And one of my mates was saying that he's more like a kind of number 10 as opposed to being a 9.
No,
so,
I don't see that. I seen a bit of him playing down here, mate, because he played for Oxford. He's more a Chris Boyd type than a Morelos type.
Aye, I mean, I've not seen enough. I've not seen enough for the boy. I mean, I'd be a liar if I came on here and said he's this and he's that. You know, I'll hold my hands up and say I've never seen the boy play.
He's a goal scorer. He's no a link-up man.
Right.
But the only reason we'll get him is if Morelos goes. And I don't know, but I think we'd rather keep Morelos than sign him, if that makes sense. But these things sometimes are out with our control, James.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the thing as well. This big Swedish boy, he's not coming in at that kind of money to sit on the bench or to be rotated. So that's one of your first choice centre backs, which in a way is kind of sad, because I think between Goldson and Katic, I think Goldson's the more, for lack of a better term, the more intelligent defender. But I mean, are we going to see again? There's Nico. I mean, he's seen Joe Worrell go back out the door, you know, and he's probably thinking, right, this is my year now. I finished the season strong. You know, I had maybe 4 or 5 games in a row when I done well, and then we're bringing a boy in, a Swedish international for £4 million, and all of a sudden you're looking at it going, well, he's going to start. There's no way he's not going to be in the start 11. So is Katic going to drop out again? And is it going to be Katic and Edmondson as the backups to Goldson and Helander, or however the hell you bloody pronounce his name? You know, it's interesting in that regard, and I do feel a bit sorry for Nico, because I think he's come back with a bit of purpose this year.
Bridgeman, there's no room for sentiment, is there?
No. I've got a bit of information that I've gleaned today. Do you mind if I read it? It's just take a minute. It's our quest for a new central defender looks set to come to conclusion. According to the reports in the Swedish media, Filip Helander is on his way to Ibrox. The 26-year-old defender will complete the central defensive ranks for us. Filip Helander stands at 6'4" tall and is a dominant centre-back. Swedish international is also left-footed, which fits the profile of what Gerrard's looking for. He will cost around £4.2 million, approximately €5 million. He will compete with Connor Goldson, Nikola Katic and George Edmondson for the centre-back spots. He's making a switch from Italian top flight to the Scottish Premiership. Starting his career at Malmo, he had spells with Hellas, Verona in Italy, and Bologna in Italy. But his time in the Serie A looks like it's coming to an end. He has spent the past 2 years at Bologna in Serie A and is a regular in Jan Andersson's Swedish international side, having previously won the European Under-1 Championship with his country in 2015. Can I also say that I'm sure I saw something in Follow, and I was just looking for it, I couldn't find it. And it was something to do with our manager had said that the rumours about bringing someone from Leeds, he said that wasn't true, or allegedly said that wasn't true. But there was, be prepared for someone in the defensive area coming in quite very soon, and I'm assuming this is Helander. So I don't know about the Leeds boy. I can't remember his name now. I don't know about the Leeds boy, but that sounds really solid for us. That's
looks that way.
Yeah,
it looks that way, Bridge. It looks that way, but we'll believe it when we see it. But JFK, the manager looked as if he was somebody who got a signing in the door last night. He looked quietly confident, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, mate. You know, and if Helander is the man that he's going for, he won the under-21 European Championship with Sweden in 2015. So, anything I found about in the day, he's a big lumpy a boy, 6'4", 6'5", puts his sail about well. Playing with Bologna now. So, if the gaffer thinks he's good enough, then I'm happy with that. And we'll see how he fits into the team. We're only surmising that to sell Alfredo's going to finance us. You know, we don't know if that's the case. As James said there, you know, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. Money's been made available. The share issues have been sorted out. Maybe there's a pot of money there to bring other players out. As I've said to you before, I'd hate to see Alfredo Morelos go. I want to see him playing at Ibrox next season. But if that's the situation, the gaffer decides that he has to sell him to finance others. The guy Roof looks a player for Leeds. I must admit, he does look a player that he can put his sail about the penalty box. And he is a Chris Boyd type player. I agree with Erox here. So we just need to wait and see what the next 24 is. I mean, there's a lot of other things could happen between now and the next 6 weeks when the transfer window closes. But if Filip Helander is the player that we're going for, and by all accounts that seems to be the case, it's a done deal, which we'll just need to wait and see. I'm happy with that. that's a manager's judgment, and we've got to follow that and support that. So let's see where it takes us, Oxtia.
Stardog, you happy? Come on.
Aye, I'm happy with it, mate. I checked him out today, and I went and seen his stats and things like that. And I mean, he says he's a dominant centre half and things like that. I don't know what he's like for pace, because that's the one thing I think we lacked last year. I think Katic wins everything there already anyway. So the only thing Katic really needed to add to his game was a bit of pace for me as well. But this boy's obviously got 4 or 5 year on Katic. He's a bit more experienced and things like that. Played in Serie A for, I think it's the past 2 years now. So 26 isn't old. Definitely no. He's about the same age as Conor Golson, so I would expect him to come straight into the team, especially for that kind of money. Bridgman, I would like it to go his left foot at 6'4" centre half eventually. He's only been asking for the past year and a half.
Absolutely right.
Aye, I'm happy with that, mate.
Yeah.
I still think we need to go out and get another left back up, because I don't know if it's going to be to replace Barisic or not. If Barisic, as we were talking about last night, if he gets his swinging out, he'll be the number one left back. But I still think we need to go out and get a left back. And as Stevie says, man, we need to keep Alfie boy. He's essential. He's going to be like a fresh signing. Him and Tavernier, they're going to be like 2 new signings this year if we manage to keep them. It's so important to keep them, because where else are you going to get a 22-year-old boy that scores you 30 goals a season and he only played 40 games or whatever for this?
The problem is you don't know what's in the small print, mate, and that's how you kind of get too upset if he goes, mate. You don't know what the deal was last year.
Oh no! Obviously, I mean, we only paid £1 million for him, Mark. So if he goes, mate. I'll be happy that the club's making money. It's just I'd be worried about the goals. That's all I'd be worried about. I mean, he's well within his rights if he fancies to sell doing something.
Have you looked at the stats? The goals were scored when Morelos wasn't playing.
No, I know that, but it's just that you always knew he was coming back. You always knew that he was coming back into the team. It's just no having Morelos about the team. I was the same when we lost Jelavic. I was the same when Moles got injured. It just happens, isn't it? It's just part of being a Rangers fan, mate. It just takes a wee couple of months of getting used to your favourite players not being there and things like that. But obviously he's not away yet, so I'm hoping he's still there. But 6 weeks is a long time to keep on to your star man.
Can I come in again, Ox? Yeah.
I have you, boss. Go on.
Okay, thanks. Just when we're talking about the young lad is coming in now, if it's 26-year-old, so well experienced, an international player, delighted for that.
Good age for you, that
superb age. So you get Conor Golson, roughly the same age, and you've got the younger ones, Katic and Edmondson. I think it might be a really good time. I heard the boys talking about it earlier on, and I've been tub thumping this for a long time. That to Ibrox anyway, we should actually be starting to build a team for 3-5-2, because I think 3-5-2 would be absolutely fabulous. At the moment, we're playing 4-3-3, a variation of it. But I think 3-5-2, if you've got a really good left-sided centre back, then you're laughing. And if we get this boy in, it takes all the weight off your fullbacks. It really does. Providing we play well, and you've got 3 good dominant centre halves, and you could pair any 3 from 5 really at any time with young Edmondson and the young boy is it Moy? Was the young boy Lewis Mayo? So that's what I think could happen. Now I'd love to see it, but only for the Ibrox team. And remember, we spoke about the last couple of weeks. You could do with 2 teams, maybe even 3 if you wanted to go that way. So the manager might be building up a squad that will cover any time. Now I'd love that to happen. I'd love to be playing 3-5-2 at Ibrox. Absolutely murder everybody in that league. Every single one of them would murder them.
Hope you're right, Bridge. I hope you're right. But Dave King, this boy comes in, Phil Helander, and he comes in and Helander, and the marquee was for signings. Would that be it? And then I'll be moving to Mike come in. Bridge, go on mute, and then one more comes in, and the window's been pretty good for us. It's all about getting people maybe out the door then.
I would agree. So I think probably similar to everybody else's comments, I'd love to keep young Alfredo. I think he's an asset to the team, but if it's funds-wise, etc., then we need to sell him on. Then let's do that on the basis that we bring in another 2 or 3 players. But we've got to be the right players, etc., because we've brought in players in the past. Grezda spoke about earlier on and stuff like that for $3 million, and other players like that as well. So just because they come with a heavy price tag or pedigree doesn't mean to say that it's going to be a success. So all down to success on the park as well. I really like Katic and Goldson together as a centre pairing. I think last season when we were in Europe, we did really well. We went on a really successful run without losing. We brought in Worrell and that kind of changed the circumstances, etc. And I'm not sure whether that was contractual, why we had to do that. But, something works well, then don't change it. But again, probably to that point, is there somebody with better pedigree and a better playing position than Katic? And maybe Katic isn't suited. He's only ever suited as a kind of second choice centre back. But I don't know. I think time will tell. And I'm open to it. So I trust Stevie G. If he's going to make decisions, he's going to make changes based on that. Then let's hope it's for the best for us. But it's changing times, guys, and I think we need to be open to that. If I'm honest, is Alfredo going to be here forever? Absolutely not. He cost us £1 million. He's been a fantastic signing, and I wish him all the best affairs moving on. But fingers crossed that he stays with us, and we add to it as well whilst keeping Alfredo.
Just quickly on the panel before we go for the tune, if we assume that we signed Philip for Bologna, what would you score the transfer window out of 10? GFK?
10.
10? Oh, very positive. Stardog?
10.
10? Oh. Fox?
8.
8. More realistic. Bridge?
I'd go in between. I'd go 9.
Big Al?
6.25, like somebody said last night, because I think we need another striker.
James?
I think a solid 8 out of 10. Probably if another striker comes in, it would make it a perfect 10, I think.
A perfect 10. Beautiful South might get a song out of that if we get that.
Perfect 10, yep.
Dave King?
Probably a 7 for me, lads. Reason being is that I think with many incomings will be outgoings as well. And if we were to say that a lot's to go out on this would be a complete finished article, then I wouldn't say that's a 10 for me. I would want to see another 2 marquee signings on that basis for it to be any higher.
I think Mark Allen and Stephen Gerrard, GFK, they've got a plan, they've got a mission, they know where they want to improve, and so far so good.
Yeah, the reason I'm saying a 10 is I think the signings that were made so far is far better than obviously what we got last season when the Gaffer came in as a fledgling manager. And that's no me getting carried away. I know what the guys are saying there, but I mean, will we get the marquee signing? Is Hollander a marquee signing? Do we keep Fred? For me, if we keep Fred and we play a 3-5, I'm all right with that. You know what I mean? I think that's the way we should go.
Can I just say something, Jimmy? I don't think in Scottish football you could ever have a thing as a marquee signing. A marquee signing to me is a Brian Laudrup or Paul Gascoigne. Scottish football's past mark. So that, using that word marquee signing, you know what I mean, buddy?
If that's for marquee signing, that's fine. I'm happy with that if that's what they want to call it. But I said that before here, Al. The marquee signs with the Gazas and the Laudrups.
Aye, that's a marquee signing.
They're the signs. But if we want to compare like with like, if they're more there are bumping their gums about their signing, but I'm happy with Hollander if that's the guy that we've got, and that's why I say 10 for me is good. It's no good over the top. I think what we've got so far, if Hollander comes in and we keep Alfredo, which I think we will.
I hope you're right, mate. So get yourself on mute, and we're going to have a tune for your Fox, and I believe it's for a young girl called Lindsay Glenn, so enjoy the tune.
All around that I John Gray and Derek Naldo and George just playing well, and many more just like them. All who I'd like to tell, but it would be impossible. So I only name a few. I never told to every lad who wore the royal blue. And once again in memory, I go back down through the years. I think of all the famous lads to whom we give our cheers. They can keep their 40 shades of green or any other hue. But leave to us the Rangers in their shirts of royal blue. In the shirts of royal blue.
Oh, do you like that, Bridge?
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Some of these numbers are really good, really good. That is well done. Good choice, really good choice.
I tell you, I've got a challenge for Hoot. I know he's listening. Hoot would like another verse wrote for the 70s and then another one wrote for the 80s and 90s. There's a challenge for Hoot, Bridge, man. I know he can do it.
I'm positive he can.
Aye, we are the modern.
Get that pencil out and get Burning Boy.
Get some more modern players into it. We'll send the verses after the singer.
Absolutely.
Right, brilliant. Anybody else wants to go? We'll obviously take that as well. You enjoy that, JFK?
He's on mute.
Oh dear.
I enjoyed it, Ox. I enjoyed it.
Did you like it, Stardog Guy?
I liked it, mate. I always like the tunes on here, so I do. Sometimes I even go on YouTube them after the show and listen to them again.
Nice boy, that, isn't he? Nice boy, that Oxter. Nice boy.
He's turning into a Rangers radio legend, mate. He'll be getting a wage rise shortly.
I don't go by that.
I'm chapping your door for a contract renewal soon, Bridge. I'm owed it. I've been working hard. I've been putting in the shifts.
His door's always open. The next one you'll be putting a transfer list.
No, mate.
I went into Portsmouth or Birmingham or something, Coventry City, on loan for a year and a half. With the option
I'm Radio Gold. I don't know if they've told you about me, mate, but I'm Radio Gold.
You are Radio Gold, aye.
I love it, pal. I love it.
Definitely, big man.
Told once his name's on the outside of the door.
Nobody looks up to you till you're sitting down, that's what they say, eh?
Oh dear. Anyway. Right, well, back, JFK back. I hope Fox is back. I worry about him now, Bridge, yeah? Can't let him play.
He's a very dapper man, isn't he?
I wasn't happy with that t-shirt he'd on Sunday, mate.
I can appreciate the man's style. He's dapper. He goes with the seasons. The sunny day, he was looking spring. He was looking good.
Aye, well, but he's got a lot better than that. We've seen him better turned out than that, Bridget.
Yeah. See that boy you were speaking about earlier on for Leeds United? It came out Roof.
He's
playing for Leeds tonight and he's just scored.
He's a goal scorer, mate. Leeds, I think people are putting two and two together, mate. There'll be a lot of clubs interested in him. He's a goal scorer, but he's in the last year of his contract, so it's one of the sticker twist situations for the parent club. But did they let him go for nothing in a few weeks' time in January? That's the problem they've got.
I saw something on on Follow this morning saying that their manager, maybe it's another manager, Noakes, it's somebody called Noakes, saying that his head's been turned.
That was
the Rangers,
Noel Whelan, who played with Leeds and
Whelan, that's him, right? Okay.
He played with Aberdeen for a while. He's come out with that story in the press, Yeah. But we'll see, mate. People, you have a lot of paper speculations over the summer with transfers.
Ox, can I just ask something? See, I think I've heard maybe in a couple of boys' voices, maybe a wee bit worried here, but I think the club now is, I'm not saying they're fiscal prudent, but I think every decision they make is fiscally intended to run the club. I mean, they wouldn't go and spend money on that Hollander if there wasn't any money available. If they have to pay money for X, Y, and Z, I mean, the money, it'll be within our budget. As you said, Mark Allen, Steven Gerrard, Mr. King, whoever else is involved, I think the improvements to the stadium, improvements to the pitch, the overall well-being of the club, I think that's been shown, actually, because they probably could have went out and spent a lot of money a couple of years ago. And they did, I think, with the Coutinho experiment, and they maybe got stung a bit, but I also think at that period of time, there was money available. They're not going to overshoot their budgets. They're not going to put the club in jeopardy again. I think you get that feeling for the people that are in charge. So if we have to go and buy a player for X, Y, and Z, I think the money will be made available for them, and it'll be done without having to worry where is the money coming from, if that makes sense, like, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think we've played a lot of money out, particularly in the last 2 seasons, but obviously we're paying some decent wages out, yeah?
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. They're not going to overstretch themselves. No way the people in charge are going to do that. I don't think us as fans would allow them to do that. So I know they keep quiet about how things go about, and that's probably a good thing. Keep your business to yourself. But if he needs to push the boat a wee bit, they'll push the boat a wee bit, but within with fiscal prudence, I think, you know. Just another thing, I was saying, in both the games the game I seen at the weekend and the game last night, do you think he's gone for maybe a wee bit more direct now with that Ojo, way some players to come back? But I'm just looking at Jones.
His pace will be a lot more pace.
Hasty, Tavernier, Barisic, you know what I mean? Pace, directness, I'm thinking. Not too much of this tippy-tappy football. I think Kent could be a bit guilty of that. Run out of the ball, come back, run out of the ball, come back. You know what I mean? I like Kamara. I think Kamara looked quite direct as well last night. I'm hoping it's a lot more direct football. When you get outside the box, have a dig, have a go, like, you know what I mean? Get your shape back and go again.
Good shout, big man. Good shout.
There you go, Stardog.
Just on what I was saying there, I said that last week, mate. I think that's exactly what we're going for, and it's not just with Shea Ojo. It's Joe Aribo and Glenn Kamara as well. Because I mean, I see on his highlights on YouTube, it was the amount of interceptions and times that he's tackled. He makes tackles in the middle of the park, or when they're just about to make a pass out for defence, and he gets the team straight up the park straight away. So I think we've got 3 box-to-box midfielders there with Aribo, Kamara and Davis. 3 box-to-box midfielders the way Liverpool set up, and then you've got your left and right attacker, and you've got your goal scorers through the middle the way Liverpool set up. They grab the ball fast, they get up the park fast, and I think that's exactly what we're going for this year. That's why I don't think he'll go with the 3-5-2, because somebody's got to miss out. If you're playing 3-5-2 and Barisic and Tavernier are your wingers, where's Ojo going to play? Where's Jones going to play? Where's Stewart going to play?
You kill a lot of space, but what you might do is you might say that your wingers, your 2 might be Ojo and Barisic, say, at Ibrox, but it could be a different setup for different games. But it gives us a lot of options.
I just don't see him not playing Tavernier, mate. I think he's going to go with the tried and trusted this year. I think that game last night, you noticed it in the game on Sunday as well. Davis and Kamara, when Tavernier and Barisic are pushing up the park, Davis and Kamara, they kind of drop back a bit. Davis especially does. He drops back and covers a lot, so he does. I think that'll be his job this year. But as for Kamara and Aribo, that's what they boys are meant to do. They're meant to get their big long legs in there and get tackles in and grab the ball and back up the park fast. And I mean, and everybody knows what Shea Ojo can do. And honestly, that boy will get at least 10 goals this year, because he's phenomenal. So he is. And end of it, wouldn't want to require that boy's services for a year would be nuts for me. But for the signing things as well, we spent nearly £10 million last year and we never had to sell Morelos or Tavernier. So the club's already proved they're willing to spend. We don't need to get rid of star players to spend money. We've not spent as much as that this year so far, but I would like to think we're keeping them, Tav and Morelos, because as I said, we spent £10 million last year and we never had to get rid of anybody. Really, it was a key player to strengthen the squad.
We need to be very careful when we say how much we're going to spend. We're now fitting in with this new European initiative called the Financial.
No, I'm
Fair
saying
Play.
that's what we spent last year. I'm not saying that's what we're going to spend.
No, I'm just saying that we can spend 10 million, maybe more. But behind that, you've got to, when you do your books, your annual books, you've got to show where the money's coming from, and so on and so forth, from an audit perspective. And at the present moment, a big chunk of money, as Dave King said, it's a big chunk of money sitting in our books, still to be allocated in the books, and that money will be converted to shares. Once that comes off the books, it makes the books look a lot better. So as you've not got a debt, you've not got this, you've not got that, so we should be debt free. But I don't think audit-wise that we're debt free yet. We need to wait to see that. Yes, ma'am.
Would they fair play? Would those European fair play rules apply in Scotland? Nobody spends enough money.
Oh yes. So
it goes on pro rata of your expenditure. Yeah, I thought it was just like your Man City's and that spending millions and millions.
No, what they're trying to show is that the company, the company that runs it, can run it and without. There's no duplicity involved. That's all it is. And it's got to. I think one of the big Italian teams, or two of them, got done for it there last year because it just they couldn't
Milan, did they know?
Something like that. Somebody was getting a big backhander, as they tend to get. A big investment, but they couldn't prove it. So anyway, I think it's just something like that. We need to balance it out. I've said this earlier on. I want to get to the end of financial year where, at the end of that year, our books are going to look really good. We're going to show a profit, and the profit should look very, very healthy, and we don't have any debt. And we're very close to that. It might even be this financial year. I don't know. It might be there.
So, just another question, and maybe go on the panel. What is the starting midfield for the first game of the season? What's Artfield? Ojo, Aribo, Davis.
Tough one now. A real tough one.
Yeah.
I'll take it around the panel before I go to the next subject. But we'll accept we're playing a version of 4-3-3. You've got to pick three midfielders. Dave King, who's your three at the moment? Because it could change.
That's a tricky question. I think with the players we brought in, particularly midfield as well, the overflow, you potentially have the likes of Kamara, Jones on the other wing, maybe Ojo on the other as well. I don't know. It's a big ask. I think the team that's been brought in, or the players that have been brought in, is for variance because I think we'll chop and change. If it was three in the midfield, I think I'd definitely like to see like a Kamara in there, probably Jones out on the wing, and then Ojo on the other side. But you could chop and change that any direction. You get Jack there as well. I mean, you've got loads of great players that come in. You've got Arfield who plays that number 10 role as well. It just depends on the formation that the guys want to play. So my honest answer is, guys, I don't know. Do I think Gerrard knows at this moment in time as well? No, probably not. It's probably just about trying and testing. I think this is what all the pre-season games are about.
Come on, get off that fence.
These two centre midfielders on there with Kamara.
That's my shot, guys. Sorry, that's what it is. I'm on the fence. I don't know, and I'm not fully committed yet, so we'll wait and see.
What did Churchill say about guys on fences? James, your three midfielders.
Davis, Jack and Kamara.
It's not that fancy, is it?
And just to also add in there, and you can come back to me at the end of the season, Rangers will never play 3-5-2.
There we go. Somebody take it.
Good one.
I agree with that.
Never play it. It's an absolute dinosaur formation. Sorry, Bridgman, but you completely lose the way we. You completely lose the way we play. You lose all of the attacking options that we've got set up. Someone was mentioning they're playing like Barisic on one side and Ojo on the other. It's just a total misbalance. I mean, it gives you a superiority in midfield of having 5 against maybe 4 or 3. But if the other team play 3 strikers against you and you lose the ball, you're 3 on 3 at the back or worse. So no, come back to the end of the season, we will never play 3-5-2.
There we go. There's a bold statement there. But Bridge, hold your fire, mate. He's just fell off his seat. All Bridge has. Big Al, what's yours? And then I'll go to Stardog.
Davis, Kamara, and the new big boy we go for Charlie.
Aribo.
Right.
Stardog.
Because I feel you're playing him up front, aren't you? And Morelos and somebody on one of the wings, Jones or Hasty or something like that.
Stardog.
Coach, can I come in there?
On you go, Stardog.
Let us in, coach. Let us in. It'll be Davis, Kamara, and Big, because we've got Joe Aribo. We've got Joe Aribo.
All right, okay.
That's my
I thought he done quite well when he came on as his cameo last night. He brought something to the team. Are you there, JFK?
Mate, aye.
What's your three?
Davis, Kamara, and Scott Arfield playing the same position they played at the end of last season.
Arfield played right hand side of the front three towards the end of last season, though.
Yeah.
He never played in the midfield three.
No, that's who I'd put up in the middle anyway. So.
All right,
Come in on it.
Yeah, but Bridget, what? No, you're back on your seat again.
No, I get dropped. Somehow I get booted out. Yeah, I'm back on my seat, bud. Yep.
Right, okay. Who's your three?
I think I'd go with Stephen Davis, Kamara, and Ryan Jack.
All right. What about you, Fox, sitting there quietly?
I think the midfield three will be made up of Aribo on the left, Kamara on the right. In the middle of the three will be alternative between Jack and Davis, mate. Depending on where we are away from home or whether we're at home. I think that the two boys, Kamara and Aribo, will be in that middle of the park all season unless they're injured.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Pretty constant there. There's some odd tweaks, but everybody seems to have Davis and Kamara playing and then and others. So it'll be interesting when it comes about, Big Al, what actually happens.
Well, certainly will,
All right.
I'm quite surprised at the omission of Arfield for quite a few guys.
But I think Arfield's up front.
He's not getting omitted, Jimmy. He'll share the right hand side with either Aribo or the boy that came from Birmingham.
Well, if you're picking a first team to play tomorrow, for mine would be McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Katic, and Barisic. Right, Davis, Arfield, Kamara, and then up front would be Ojo, Jones, and Defoe or Stroke Alfredo.
Arfield gets sucked back into the. I mean, you've seen that at Hamilton towards the start of last season. Arfield gets sucked far too deep whenever he plays in the midfield three, and I think Gerrard moving him out to the right hand side of the front three completely rejuvenated him because he was far more effective. I think if you play him in the midfield three, especially beside Davis and Kamara, he's going to end up trying to be sitting in a holding position. Absolutely ruining him.
I can see where you're coming from, but so where would you, if they're 11 and named, who would you omit then to put Arfield in, or would you not play Arfield at all?
I'd play Arfield where he played the end of last season, the right hand side of the front three.
I'd agree with that.
Fox just saying Jones there. I would have nothing for Jones as well, definitely, Hawks.
You're a wise man, Stardog. You're a wise man.
Okay.
Of course I am.
Anyway.
You're very modest as well, eh?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
I'm just glad that you noticed my modesty, Al, when you were open enough to point it out on live radio, so thank you, sir.
No problem, buddy.
Al only takes one press of a button and we'll never hear from him again.
Oh, no, he's a good guy,
right. Obviously, it's been on the telly and on the news. A wee back down memory lane 30 years ago today, which is hard to believe. One of our most famous, I would say one of our most famous transfers ever because of the circumstances, not because of the crap that the media wrote. JFK, where were you? And what was your thinking at the time?
Do I need to say his name?
No, you don't. I'm just leaving it to you.
Right. Well, disgusted. I got to jail because of him, right? Because I wouldn't use his name. Right? I ended up fisticuffs in the main stand because I started to call him number 10. That's my take on him. I didn't like him. Didn't like what he stood for. Didn't like him as a person. I'd met him a couple of times, unfortunately, and he was a dirty scumbag. And I know he played for Rangers, but I never liked him. I remember watching him score the goal against the Puddle Drinkers at the Pedo Dome, and he didn't even celebrate the goal. So there you go, right in front of their jungle.
He did.
No, he didn't.
He did. He walked away grinning with his finger up in the air.
That's
Come
no
on,
celebration.
Don't rewrite history for the sake. You watch it on YouTube. He walks away. He punches you, puts his fist up.
That's not a celebration. Run like you're a Rangers man. Go and celebrate with the Bears.
He done it to Ibrox. He scored the last minute winner. He went to the enclosure. Arms up in the air. They're all over him.
Well,
don't be fighting on here, guys. Don't be fighting on here, please.
But the fact of the matter is he was what he was. I know that Graham Souness decided to sign him, but never liked him. Never liked what he stood for.
That's your prerogative.
Before everybody says he wasn't a Catholic, right? So let's not go down that road. That's not the reason I hated him.
Let's not go down that road, right? You're in enough trouble with women, mate, with the alienating anybody.
That's what I'm saying is, it's not because that people think because of what he was, but that's not what he was. I just didn't like him. I just didn't like
that's your prerogative. Right, James, what was you? I don't know if you're old enough, mate. I don't know what age you are.
I was 10. I was 10 year old. I was too busy playing with bloody Spectrum games and Transformers, for fuck's sake.
What's your language? What's your language? There's some kids like that both listens to this show.
No, I mean I was only 10. I was only kind of kicking a ball at that point. So I wasn't.
Didn't he block your world?
Didn't
I was 12. But...
I mean, as soon as you look back at it, I mean, it was he done something psychological to them. They never recovered. I mean, you look at the players that they had up front, guys like Wayne Biggins, I don't know if Willie Faulkner was there at that time, absolute mince. And then you look at the strike force that we had Mark Hateley, Ali McCoist and Maurice Johnson. Three of arguably the two best Scottish strikers and one of the best English strikers at that time. How Mark Hateley never got a game for England at that time still baffles me to this day. Absolute waste. So the firepower we had, I mean, you looked at that team and you thought, Christ, we're getting some goals here. You know what I mean? So for me, looking back at it, I mean, I can only look back retrospectively because, as I said, it didn't kind of influence me either way. I wasn't bothering about religion and any stuff like that back then. I just wanted to watch Rangers winning. So, I mean, when you look back at what he's done, he psychologically impacted them. There's some of their fans today are still psychologically impacted by it. You know what I mean? So he set them back at least 5-6 years. Cause I don't think they ever recovered short to medium term from the fact that he was there one day beside Billy McNeill in a Celtic opening and he turns up at Ibrox. So
it was bizarre. It was bizarre. Dave King, again, I'm not sure what age you're, mate, so I don't know if you're old enough to have it was on your radar at the time.
Nope. Fortunate enough to say, guys, it wasn't on my radar at that time. I was a young whippersnapper as well, like the young gentleman said there as well. But I think, going back in time, it's essentially that the boys, obviously, he did do something to Celtic at that time. It was a massive shock across the city of Glasgow at that time. And, I don't really have any comments on it, if I'm honest with you guys, because I wasn't living through that era and time. But, fair play, it was a change for us, cultural change, and not try to put religion into it at all. But you guys obviously know the background that came with it, and all the stuff that went after it as well. But, if it's a twos up to them, then I'm pleased.
Bridgeman, where were you at the time? I know you were on your world travels for a while.
Probably about 45 at the time.
It was still a marvellous occasion. It's something
where were you at the time?
I was living in the West End of Glasgow at the time.
Were you back then, were you?
I was back then, yeah. I Souness did some crazy stuff, but that was just, I think the boys have mentioned it, that was just one of the best moves, kind of get it up you move as well, that anybody's ever done in the world football. It's just unbelievable, just unbelievable to do that the way it happened. to be sort of photographed with a strip on, sitting with a manager saying he's signing, blah blah blah, and the next day he's introduced to Ibrox. Just unbelievable. They must have. Well, they're still feeling it, as the boys said earlier on. They're still feeling it to this day. So, and we will be blamed for something to do with it anyway, and so will he.
Forever.
For sure. Forever. Absolutely.
Forever. We'll be joined by a caller. How are we doing, Jim?
How you doing? Jimmy, Mo, Super Mo. Listen, I worked in Brickton at the time, man, and it was like a shockwave to the world. But I'll tell you, personally, I thought he was one of the best strikers that I've seen playing for Rangers. That's my personal opinion. That day he scored against him, I was sitting in line with the Broomlawn Road up in the main stand, by the way, and I'll tell you something, there was 8,000 heads went into Horns that day, by the way. And I'll tell you something, that was a get-up from him, mate. That's how... I mean, I heard you saying there he never celebrated when he scored against him. I believe he did, mate. The horn went up in the air, that was enough to me.
Oh, well, Jimmy's entitled to his opinion, but...
yes, they're entitled to opinion. That's why we're Presbyterian.
Yes. I was told on the Saturday, the same thing we were on this Saturday, we were on that Saturday before that happened, and I was with a group of friends, and we were told, we were in a pub in the city centre, a private function with a lot of people, and there happened to, at the time, the Rangers assistant manager was there, and a few other people, and we were told on the Saturday, we didn't believe it at the time, and lo and behold, it happened, and it was all broken on Monday morning. And it did split people up. There was a lot of people on your side that they were in shock. Some couldn't take to it. I know that there's some people never went back at the time, but I think they were in meltdown. We were in shock, but they were in meltdown.
Big Billy me, you was in shock. He's still in shock, I think.
No. Fox, I know you're just old enough to remember it, mate.
I do remember it well. I was shocked like everybody else when we signed him, because it was more or less made out that he'd signed for them. But Souness didn't care back then, mate. He bought him. He bought him because he was a good striker, and when he came to Ibrox, he proved he was a good striker. Good buy for us at the time, mate. Although it caused a lot of ructions in Glasgow, I think he was brave to come to us, and I think we were brave to sign him, mate. And he worked out to be a good striker for Rangers.
Doug, again, I think I'm a bit before your time, mate.
2.5 years before my conception, Rocks.
2.5.
2.5, was it?
2.5 years before my conception, mate. So I wasn't even a twinkle in my mother's eye.
I don't think.
As I'm saying,
I watched the thing be on YouTube, but I've watched the wee thing be on YouTube, and it's quite funny to see back, man. Just some of the Rangers fans, they didn't take it very kindly, did they? Like, some of them were saying, as you were saying there, mate, they were never going to go back again. Things like that. There's a wee 20-minute video on YouTube, he'll signing with 1 minute he's saying how much he wants to go back and play in front of the Jungle, and then next minute he's got the Rangers status. Nuts times, but right.
Fair, he did go back and play in front of the Jungle.
Pre-Stardog times.
All right, mate. Fair enough. We can't help your age, mate. You can't help your age.
I think the guys are right. He was a really good footballer. He did score a lot of good goals for us.
Was he not sorry, but was he not the top goal scorer in Europe at the time for Nantes?
He was a smashing. I mean, he was a good player when he was at Partick Thistle as well. You know, and then ended up with Celtic and went away. I think he was down to England somewhere, I think, and then he went over to Nantes. Sorry?
Watford.
Went to Watford and ended up over in France. And one of my mates was telling us that he used to drink in the Dalriada, the pub in Kilbowie Road in Clydebank. God almighty, what was the name of it again? Up the top of the hill there. Anyway,
Atlantis.
The Atlantis. And apparently Billy McNeil had met Maurice Johnson on the Friday at lunchtime, and they in a car park behind the Atlantis, and then they went for there to Celtic Park and got the photographs taken. I'm saying the Friday afternoon. It might be the Thursday, but that's apparently where the deal was done. And they went into Celtic Park and they got the photographs taken with him with the Celtic strip on, and Graham Souness must have met him, bumped into him somewhere on the Friday, and before you know it, he's at Ibrox.
No, there
must be some wearing in car parts, huh?
There was about 6 weeks between that bridge.
Okay, well, whenever, I'm just saying that's what the things that I remember about it is that the deal was done, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, Souness has got himself in there, and he signed with the Rangers, and there was just hell to pay. They've never forgiven about it. They never done this.
No,
I don't think Jimmy has either.
No, that's the way I've always felt about him. I just never liked him. You know, he's Spartan a Rangers player as well. So, I'm entitled to my opinion. Whether I
right, Jimmy.
Whether others say that he celebrated or no, for me that wasn't a celebration. You know, I've been going to see Rangers for 50 odd years, so that wasn't a celebration. So if other guys think that was, that's up to them. Spitting's the most abhorrent thing today, but he's Spartan a Rangers player, so for me, nah. I don't care what MD says. I know he scored a few goals for Rangers. Did I celebrate the goals? With a wee applause, that was it. And that's why I get to jail. I go to jail that day because I only called him number 10. And unfortunately, I got into a fisticuffs with 2 other fellow Rangers fans, and I ended up in the police station for the weekend. That's what happens, you know. So that was my story with Maurice Johnson. He cost me the jail, so I don't like him.
Did they take you to your own local jail, or did they take you to some?
No, they did not. No,
security, high security one.
No, never high security one.
Can I come in there, boys? Just to change the subject to something. I don't know if you mentioned it earlier on the show. We're talking about 30 years ago today about Maurice Johnson. Right? But 24 years ago today, Paul Gascoigne signed for Rangers.
Aye, that's also true. Aye. Aye, that was a marvellous day as well. Aye.
That's what you call a marquee
days I've ever had. One of the happiest days I've ever had. That with Gaza signing, fabulous day.
I've told this story before JFK when everybody was getting their hair bleached and somebody we know.
Oh, it's just brilliant.
And it went green, remember?
Yeah, I was actually talking about it the other day there, but on you go.
When everybody, remember Bridgie, the Gaza?
Oh, I remember it well.
Bridgie still got it.
A good blue nose. And his hair went green, and it did everybody laugh. It was unbelievable.
You need to give him a name check, because Big Stevie for the drums there. Well, his name's Waldo for Partick, right?
You can't do that, JFK.
You don't, it's not his real name, is it?
I mean, shouts out here, it's George Bowie's show now.
Right, anyway, it was brilliant. You're right.
Brilliant, Jimmy.
He knows who he is. So it could be Quasimodo done it, but
it was funny, wasn't it?
There was thousands over at Ibrox when he came there. All the young lads knew he was coming. They went to the hairdressers that day and got their hair done. They were on the boot with their white hair. Absolutely fantastic.
You know he's in hospital now.
I did.
Well, I heard they took no well, but I didn't know what happened.
No, it wasn't no well. He was on one of the quad bikes that overturned.
Oh my God!
Honestly, that's no joke.
Wow.
He was on a quad bike in holiday and it overturned on him. It went tap.
He's a loony, isn't he? He's an absolute loony.
Right.
Big Al, where were you at the time, mate?
Maurice Johnson.
Aye, were you old enough?
Aye. I'm a wee bit older than James and that, so he was playing with Atari. I was playing with my ball bearing about that time, so I was about 13.
Jesus Christ.
You gave me a row for swearing when he said that.
For God's sake, Big Al.
No, that's true, I'm telling you the truth.
You're an
But okay, it's after the watershed, guys.
Aye, I'm telling you the truth. I was 13, man.
What are we going to do with you?
I was pulling at scud marks through the hedges and all that at the top of the bus stop. No, but
big man, I think you're on the Ring Radio show here, mate.
But in all seriousness, I do remember it, man. I do remember it in all seriousness. I remember the reaction on the TV, boys outside. I've got a recollection of somebody trying to burn their season ticket or their book or something like that. But look, I think that thing is up there with like Helicopter Sunday for me. It's a thing that it could never ever take off us, and it's got it right up them. You know what I mean? It's up there with that type of thing. But as far as a player goes, Pardon me. He scored goals for us, didn't he? At the time we were dominant. And I don't know, I've read a few things in the paper this week. Rangers looked at Nicholas, McAvenny, that Houghton and all these boys, Collins, whoever it was, but it was Morris Johnson. And somebody else said that I know boys that still call him Judas and things like that. 30 years later, it got under their skin because they thought it was one of their own, betrayed them or whatever it was. But it worked out in their benefit. So I'm kind of like Jimmy as well. Like I see him for what he was. He wore that part, the green and grey. So, I mean, like Miller, things like that, you just can't really take to him after you've had that one. But for me, I was constantly thinking about the Bobby.
For God's sake!
I'm only being honest, man. I'm sorry.
Not me play me the Bobby.
Aye, for God's sake, you're all at it. You're all going to get banned, I'm telling you.
I'm still at it.
No ban them, just to let the back foot again. It's a difference.
Let's go on.
Aye, well, it was newsworthy. I mean, it was world news, and I think sometimes some of the statements that were made were factually wrong. James, I know you're into a bit of retro stuff, but even today, the local media got they had to change some of the words because they were wrong, and it's just even then and now they're still getting things wrong about our club.
Well, I mean, a lot of the kind of the stuff that was getting put out of the day, they were focusing on it being, and the words they were using was the first Catholic to play for Rangers, and it's nothing to do with that, because I mean, he wasn't, and two, that's not really what the story's about. The kind of sensationalist part of the story is the fact that he turned up ready to sign for Celtic and then turned his back on them and came to us. That's the sensational part of the story. The fact of what his religion is, and maybe it's just, I mean, I'm 40, right? So maybe some Rangers fans might think I should have the opinion that, they are, but they're not. No, but I don't have any issue for, I don't care what year if you want to play for Rangers. See if you put the shirt on and you give 100%, you score goals and you win things for us. We've had a Roman Catholic as our captain that's lifted 2 trebles in Lorenzo Amoruso. Neil McCann, well-known, grew up as a Celtic boy, came to Rangers and was absolutely sensational with Arthur Newman on the left-hand side. I mean, rightly or wrongly, I'm really not giving a shit. I mean, sorry for swearing again, but I just want Rangers to be successful, and I'm not trying to be one of these kind of modern-day hipster supporters, because, I mean, I'm quite outspoken in my views and old-fashioned in some of them, but I really despaired at seeing that today, that every media outlet was running with on this day Rangers signed the first Catholic. That's not what the story is. The story is that the guy who was a darling of the Celtic support was posing with Billy McNeil with a Celtic top on and said the famous words, only team I ever want to play for, and blah, blah, blah. And then, boom, turns up sitting beside Bill McMurdo and Graham Souness in the Blue Room to sign for Rangers, and he went on to score vital goals. Like it or not, Morris Johnson is part of the 9-in-a-row legend. He scored goals in vital games at one point that went towards the championships at 49 in a row, like it or not. So I am not surprised to see the media basically twisting it, because we should be used to it now, whether it's STV, BBC Scotland, whatever. They can't say a good thing about us. So that's why I don't pay any attention to any media outlets. We've got an abundance of creators that they are putting Rangers content together. The list that you guys put out the other day there, I mean, I think you could have filled 2 tweets with accounts that are putting out Rangers content, quality Rangers content. Rangers supporters don't need to listen to mainstream media. We create our own media, and it's not as if we're trying to create our own kind of bubble to live within. It's just the fact that nobody in this country wants to give us any credit for anything. They will continually run us down, whether it's the BBC taking a huff for being banned because they continually talk crap about us and misrepresent us, whether it's having Mad Men sketches of Ali McCoy's falling out a window, which was completely distasteful. So no, we don't need the mainstream media. I do see whenever I set up the Rangers Retro Twitter feed, the first thing I did was I followed the official Rangers account and all the Rangers creators, the content creators, all the Rangers players, and I went through every single one of them: STV Scotland, BBC Scotland, Spears, English, Sutton, Stewart, you name them, every one of them, block. Don't want to see anything you've got to say about my football team. No interest in the words you've got to say. If I want to hear stuff about Rangers, I'll listen to Rangers supporters. End of.
Yeah, here, mate.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And can I just say, I 100% agree with you. The story was that he walked away for Celtic. The big story was he was signing for Celtic. It's the golden boy returns, and Big Billy McNeil was going to take all the kudos for it, and it slapped him in the face within a number of days, and they ended up at Ibrox, and they've turned that round and rewrote history to say the main story was he was a Catholic. That's basically what they said, and that's the truth of it, because it was all about they were going to sign him. He was coming back from France. He's coming up here to sign. He's going to play for us, and he was paraded at the Parkhead with a strip on beside Billy McNeil. And they've never said anything about that. I'm talking about their press. I don't say anything about that. All they say is they put the negative story. I went to Rangers. That's it. Rangers are a big bad men, by the way, as you know.
Well, they've done it. They've done it this season again with the boy Turnbull, didn't they?
Oh, I know. They really made a good job of that, didn't they? Oh my goodness.
If we'd behaved the way Celtic did with Turnbull, we'd have been ran through the dirt in the papers. Every phone in would have been, look at Rangers, they can't even afford to. Remember the way we were treated whenever we were trying to bid for David Goodwin?
Hartson.
You know, aye. He's an R1. Hartson blocked straight away. Boom, get off my timeline. No interest in what you've got to say. The guy thinks Boyata is worth 40 million quid. He left in a Bosman. Clown.
Yeah, but when Big Hansen was going to come to the Rangers, and he failed the medical, something went wrong on the medical, similar to the boy Turnbull. But we said no, we don't want you. That's it.
Apparently, Bushman, with the thing with Hartson was that, I mean, whether it's true or no, is that Dick Advocaat was offered one of two players, and they brought both of them over, and it was a case of, do you want Ronald de Boer or do you want John Hartson? And even though we only really got 1 3/4 really good seasons out of Ronald de Boer, I think the general made the right call on that, if that story is true.
Absolutely right. And it was a fabulous, one of the best players that ever come to Ibrox.
We signed Flo that week as well. We signed Flo that week.
I don't think Flo is one of the best players we've ever bought, is he?
Good goal return.
It still did not too bad, but
that's the media. That's the media again. Tony Andrew Flo was never allowed to just come to Rangers and score goals. Every single paper, every single report, the £12 million man, the £12 million man. He had a brilliant goals to games ratio, Tony Andrew Flo.
Yeah, I know, pal, but
because he never won games on his own and skinned about 14 different people before putting it in the top corner off of both crossbars and in. You know what I mean? He was expected to do stupid things because he was the £12 million man. And I think, again, that was the media. Done him no favours at all. It was continual pressure talking about the price tag. I just think if they had laid off for that a wee bit, I don't think Flo would have had quite as much pressure on him. Because, I mean, I think he scored the hat-trick he scored up at Tannadice, man. He was unplayable that day. He was a cracking striker. Never a £12 million striker, but that was David Murray trying to make a statement. But again, that was just the media. Again, they wouldn't have let it go. £12 million every single.
He did score a lot of goals for us. There's nobody going to doubt that, and the records will tell you that. I just don't think he was a 12 million. In our mind, then, £12 million should have been an out and out star for us. I'm afraid he was never an out and out star. But a good player.
I agree 100%.
Dave King. Interesting times and some interesting transfers on this day. Just obviously Maurice Johnson, Paul Gascoigne. We've developed to talk about guys like Flo. I mean, that was Gascoigne, I think, $4.5 million. And it was, 25 years ago? Is that right? 94?
24. The best signing 25 years ago is a week on Sunday.
Right, week on Sunday.
A week on Sunday, 21st of July, will be 25 years to the day that God's second son came to Glasgow.
God's second son, love it.
And that's you talk about marquee signings.
I wasn't in Glasgow that day.
You were in on Saturday, that's enough. when he came in roughly, he came in with Bolly, and the support were more excited about Bolly than they were Laudrup. It's funny how things can pan out sometimes.
Basil Bolly, man, his press conference was absolutely hilarious. He never spoke a word English. And he heard David Murray talking about money, and he just went, "Thank you, chairman." That was it. I just heard money. Absolute nutcase, yeah, boy. I remember I was at a game against Aberdeen, and it was in the days never the away support used to get most of the Broomlow in front, and Big Basil blocks the ball and goes out for a goal kick. Andy Gorham gets the ball. Big Bolly runs up to the Broomlow in front, waving his arms up and down, trying to get the crowd to get going. Come on, come on. No realising it was Aberdeen fans, man. You've never seen a guy run backwards so quick in your life. Jesus Christ, man.
That's my point. My point is, when people come in the door and you make signings, you don't know who's going to work out. Stardog.
That's right, Ox. You don't know who's going to work out. There's been a couple early years. I mean, Michael Moles, I remember when he came in and he just hit the ground running straight away. Thomas Buffel was an Aryan. I remember when he came in, I think he came in halfway through a season. Oh, good, my face. There's a wee up.
Alright, we'll let you go, mate.
Aye, mate, aye. Right, I'll need to go.
Go on mute, mate.
Go away.
Still hen.
Sounds like a cat he's going, doesn't it?
Go away. Go away.
Put some jam or lemon curd on her dummy. That'll keep her right.
Stick it in the whiskey.
That's for gum. That's for teething.
No for Jimmy's house. It's forever.
Hey, when I was teething, it was the Eldorado.
I just chewed the bottle.
I just chewed the bottle. And my mum and dad couldn't afford the Eldorado. They got me Lanlick.
Oh, God almighty.
Oh, dear.
Oh, good stuff.
You know, a player that always sticks in my mind is Rod Wallace. Me and my dad were actually talking about the day. I thought he was a brilliant wee player because my mum had a wee Scotty dog at the front of the house, a wee black one, and that's what I always remember. She called it Rod Wallace. And the game didn't like it.
You remember we brought the two Russians in, Kuznetsov and Mikhailichenko. When was that? Can anybody remember when that was?
88.
88. I thought Mikhailichenko technically is one of the best players we'd ever had in our books. I think he was a fabulous player.
His debut was at Falkirk. They hit the bar twice for the halfway line.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. What a great player he was. For me,
I think we were really happy because Kuznetsov, mate, with the injury.
That's it, you know.
It was at St Johnstone. He got injured at St Johnstone.
That's right. His second game or his third game or something.
Big Oleg. We're all shouting and bawling up in the Courtland when he first came. Yeah, big Oleg.
They were all the top players in Europe at the time.
Oh, God, aye.
Jonas Stern, these guys coming in. Daniel Prodan was the best centre half gone at the time. We signed these players, and for one reason or another, we never got to see them. Like, you know, we certainly were spoiled at the time.
Yeah.
Fox.
Do you remember that Kuznetsov's goal at Parkhead in the 4-2 game?
Aye.
Finish.
Aye, at the Rangers. And just for the record, they did celebrate, yeah.
What was the Russian's name who signed after the World Cup? He scored 5 or 7 goals in one game. Salenko, that was it.
He played a very big role in Paul Gascoigne's first Old Firm goal at Parkhead.
I made the run.
We've had some great players in our teams. Just great.
Even Kanchelskis, when Kanchelskis was there, we got a good run out of him, I thought. He wasn't too bad. He was nothing like he was at Man U, but we've still got a good turn at him, you know. Kanidja, a lot of good names. I
thought, you know, Kanidja put on some marvellous shows when he was playing against them. Oh my God. He took some doings, but my God, he put on some shows. He drove them all mental. He's a marvellous wee player. He
was world class and just below.
Absolutely.
You know, we got him at the end of his career, but he was world class. He was a level below the top players, and that's standard. You know. boy could play.
How many people would like to have seen Gerrard be player manager for one season?
Me.
Everybody.
On Saturday, Sunday, if Gerrard had said he was going to come on for 20 minutes.
How old is Steven Gerrard?
38. I think if Gerrard said he was coming on for 20 minutes on Sunday, that ground would have been full.
Oh, aye.
If they told us a bit sooner that he was actually arriving at Ibrox when he first came up, we could have filled the bloody stadium. I'll tell you, marvellous.
I think we've missed a trick with Gerrard. By the way, I still think we should have registered him as a squad player, not a squad number, not even use him, but just because you think of selling strips. You know, there's kids out of the world that still wear Liverpool tops, or brand new Liverpool tops that have got Gerrard's name in the back of it.
I would have done it with Gerrard 8, mate.
I'd done it with Gerrard 55.
Or 1690, Gerrard 1690.
By the way, guys, I noticed that at the end of the game, there was a whole load of wee youngsters came running out. Actually, they were the Gibraltar supporters, youngsters. They all ran out of Gerrard to take an autograph. Absolutely fabulous. It's just fabulous. There's the St Joseph's strip on there saying, "Going to give your autograph, Mr. Gerrard." Fabulous, just fabulous.
Can I throw in a name here, Oxshire? One of my favourite players at Ibrox was Arthur Newman. I thought he was a fantastic signing for Rangers. 4 or 5 years he gave us, didn't he?
He never played. He never took the contract, mate. He never played again, which was unbelievable.
Yep, that's right.
Have you watched the interview with Cy Ferry on Open Goal? It's a 2-part interview with Arthur Newman he done last year.
No.
Go on YouTube and search for Cy Ferry or Open Goal Arthur Newman. It's in 2 parts. I mean, the reason why Arthur Newman never stayed is because the club essentially done the dirty on him. He said he would take a 40% wage rise, and they came back to him and they agreed it. Then Martin Bain tried to slap him with an 80% wage drop, a 40% wage drop he was willing to take because he knew the club were struggling. And they agreed it, and he went in to sign it. And basically, he says he was slapped with an 80%, wage drop. He says, I'll just retire. And that was a real shame. But he still speaks with a hell of a lot of affinity, some funny stories in that. So look it up, guys, honestly, if you've not watched it. It's 2 30-minute parts, and it's superb viewing. The big man's in great form.
He stayed in Scotland for quite a while afterwards, didn't he?
I was in Ireland last year with him and Gerrard, mate. Absolutely brilliant weekend.
He's not still in Scotland now, is he?
One at a time, Bridgeman. One at a time.
Okay, sorry, buddy.
Yep. On you go, James.
No, just in his interview, he says that he moved back to Holland. He let his kids go to school because I think at the time, he's either got a daughter or 2 daughters, and they were starting secondary school. But he said whenever they finished, they had to move them back home because he was starting to not be able to understand them because they had Glaswegian accents.
When you go, Bridge.
I was just asking that question, and I thought it was Speedy Fox at the time because he said that, and I thought, is he still living in Scotland? Because I know he lived in Scotland for quite a while afterwards. But they didn't get treated well.
Anyway, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening. Bridgeman.
Oh, jeez. Well, what a fantastic evening. Marvellous discussions. I'd love to shake everybody's hand, but we can't do that. But here's one for the internet. Good big handshake. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly the Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, everybody, just everybody, please keep it going for the Rangers because the Rangers really need us. Just keep it going.
Can I thank everybody who's took the time to join the panel this evening on Rangers Radio? Thanks to everybody, all the callers. I hope everybody in the lobby enjoyed the evening. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Oh, every other Saturday, my half day up, and it's up to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland Road, me and my wee pal Joe. Oh, we love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Oh, we won the Scottish League about 1,000 times. The League Cup is simple too. We gave some exhibitions in the Scottish Cup. We gave a Wembley Wizard too. And when the Glasgow Rangers won the European Cup, when they won they had before, we'll rally round an Ibrox 100,000 strong. We'll give the boys an Ibrox roar. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Oh, how we love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score. Whoa, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how I love to hear the cry. We love to see the lassies with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you the best of all. We love to see the Rangers score.